process time. So we're going to set our next spawn time. We're going to basically add in. I'm going to do a Gauss random int. No, I need a Gauss random float. Alright, so we're going to get a real process time if that is greater than or equal to our next spawn time. We're going to spawn an actor. So we want to get all this working. So we'll spawn an actor, which is going to be this spawn actor. So let's see, our direction is going to be so our vector is going to be what? 1 in the x, and we're going to rotate it by our get actor transform. Well, I guess we can just get actor rotation. Speed, let's just put it at 1000. Camera location is going to be so what should we have for camera location? It's just the origin could work. The flipbook, our idle life is 3. Spawn transform. So let's get actor transform. Camera location, let's put it at 1000. Actually, more like 5000. See how that goes. So I'm not seeing anything, so $57, $18. I mean, that looks correct, but I'm not seeing any of those actors actually getting made. Are they just immediately dying? Yeah, it looks like they're immediately dying. Alright, so this is too low. It needs to be less than or equal to negative 10,000. Actually, let's just, yeah. Alright, so this guy's at... I mean, I probably should have these guys not move. So 40, 18, 1, 3, 6, 8. So they're in the wrong position. How in the hell did they get to that position? Like, how did they spawn at... Cinematic spawner is at 18,000? How? Like, how is this thing at 18,000? Like, this thing's at negative 10,000, and this thing is at 18,000? So I guess it's that I moved this sphere instead of the actual spawner, and that screwed everything up. Well, I guess that'll do it. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so none of these guys are casting a ray down far enough or something like that? So none of these guys are hitting anything? So sweep component dirt is not ever returning true. No physics data on our body instance? Alright, so obviously we can't do that. So what do we do for our movement utils? So it's like sweep movement object. So we need to get our paper physics components. So what were these object types? What was the class of this thing? We're looking at the... I guess the identifier? So let's snag our paper physics component off of this and use that to test our collision. Alright, we'll see if this can actually work. So are we not getting any hits? How come it's not a valid body instance? Yeah, I've got all this stuff super tied together, which is maybe what I should do is not sweep a component, but I should sweep a sphere or something else just to make it work. Would the radius not do anything? Why is it still... Okay, so maybe we have a radius of 200, and then we also want to add in our radius over here. Yeah, so something like that. And let's actually do stuff with our speed here. So speed was 0. Let's see if we actually get something going on then. Now, why wasn't it colliding with these sorts of things? So I guess if we're using player body, maybe we should be looking for something else. Because these things are terrain. So does the sweep sphere. Actually, it's going to be the last actor hit. So I'm actually using the wrong thing. I need to get the last thing in the hit array, because that's going to be the thing that actually stopped it. Is that correct? Okay, yeah, this position and end is wrong. We need to... The end position... Is there a sweep sphere? Dur? Yeah, okay, that's more what we want. Yeah, and so he's running up the hill now, as he's supposed to, and then he just follows the terrain. And see, they're facing the origin, so they're doing what they're supposed to. And running off into nowhere, as they're supposed to as well. Okay, so we're gonna need a height variable, which we're gonna set to 150. That's what this guy was, right? 120. Life 50. Why are we not? Yeah, there's our height. And life is going to be life min and life max. Life min, let's just set it to like 10 and life max to 20. And when we're in here, we've got our spawned actor stuff that we can do. And I think we're going to have an actor which will be exposed. So this will be an A actor, just an actor. This will be the viewpoint actor. So we make a variable here which is the camera location, which will calculate so if this thing is valid, we're going to do this sort of thing. Otherwise, we're going to set camera location to, let's see, like negative 10,000, just for, or maybe negative 100,000 for good measure. Alright, let's see what these guys look like right now. So to look at, we're going to want to face toward camera. We're going to want to like add 90 degrees to this, rotate them just so we know they're facing broadside. Alright, and we should also have, I believe, a facing direction. Thank you for following Guzzy. I'm just working on making some simple actors that'll spawn and do kind of what we want for these guys. So we need to get the facing direction, switch on it, and we need to have our added angle, which will be a float, and I could do it based on the motion, but it may be that some sprites, like, sometimes it's better just to have some basic controls than things that are a little bit too smart for their own good. So, what is Adam going to dinner or something? Nah, he's... Oh man, somebody actually posted a code in chat there? Over in Adam's channel. That's ballsy. Also, I really hope that like I put in race condition protection for everybody, you know, like trying to use the same code over and over again. So it should be okay. Like, it should work. That is pretty funny. Somebody added that in there. Alright, so let's see if this guy rotates properly now. Well, we set it to none, didn't we? So that's supposedly proper rotation. So let me see. It's the cinematic spawner. The direction needs to be gotten here. Camera location is getting set to a very large number there. We can add in a flipbook. And I guess we want our idle. So they're just doing their thing. Cinematic spawner, so let's increase the speed of these guys. Let's see what they do. Alright, cool. So that's working out. So let me see if this is properly labeled. Let's actually set a viewpoint actor and make sure it works. Let's set it to this floor 41. And see go. Oh, that's looking correct. Alright, so that's all in, so I think that's good enough for what Adam's going to want to do. Is we've got our actor, we can do some things with it. Just some basics, and I'll run along. Why don't we go test it in the UI level real fast? So let's see. He's working on particle systems, I see. Well, usually if you're going to have particles exist forever, you could use actors, but requires like programming, or you'd use a math curve for their position. Whoa, I gotta load everything in. Gotta compile all the shaders. Actually, that's what's going on. It's gonna murder my machine for a second. So he's got this depth of field on here for this guy. Well, let's see if we can slot in our cinematic spawner thing. Thank you for following. Clean coal, the best coal of all time. I am just working on a few things here. One of the things is Adam was working on spawning some dudes that would maybe run around. So what we want to do is put some of those guys here in our level. So let's see, the collision on the world is set to terrains. These guys should work. It's hard to... I'm not really sure how all of his stuff works. Alright, and we also need to set our viewpoint actor to VP main menu. So let's see if it works. Yeah, it looks like it's doing what it should. So if we did something more like what he was doing, we have him run across. Yeah, we can see them, but they're really small, aren't they? I keep changing the arrow scale. Man, that's what I don't like about some of this. Alright, so we do it like that. And I want the spawn time. Let's just keep spawning them every second. See what it looks like. Just a bunch of fucking idiots running around. It's like the monks from Monty Python. Alright, so I think I've got that set up, so maybe I can walk Adam through how to use it. Someone says I haven't gotten their email after purchasing. Alright. Okay, so supposedly somebody bought the game and they didn't get an email. So let's see. So let's go look it up. Oh no, it's the CAPTCHA. I can't log in. I'm not a robot, CAPTCHA. So let's take a look. New orders processed. This is correct number. So let's go to orders. So, this person supposedly bought it. No. I'll jump over to his stream here and actually double check. But I'd like to add one thing to our... I want to add an animation speed. I should actually look and see on our other stuff if this guy bought the game or not. Oh no, I have to go get my phone. I'll be right back. So let's see, what sort of payments have we been getting? Nope, nothing from him. Nothing. So, yeah. Nothing going on there. Alright, so the cinematic spawner also, we need to have the... We need to have an animation speed. And that's going to be plugged into this guy, not this material, but the actor. So inside of our begin play, we're going to grab our paper flipbook and set